Okay, so I got a lot of stuff, not sure, so you know me. As I make it, I'll go over it. So I'm going to push this down. We're going to go over a couple things. I was trying to get on a little bit early. That didn't work out today, so here we go. Alright, so this is really pretty. Okay, so about 3 years ago, I used... Hi, Miss Linda. Hi, sweetheart. 3 years ago, I used the purple and the pink daisies, alright? And we did like the breast cancer wreath and stuff like that. So you can actually get big daisies like this from Factory Direct Crafts. And they have it in pink and purple. So if you wanted to do something in pink and purple with the larger daisies, they actually have these at Factory Direct Crafts. Alright? Very beautiful. The colors are very rich, very different. They are actual, sunflower heads. And I got these 3 years ago. I have a couple left of each one. I did like I said, breast cancer wreaths with it. Alright, so when we do a little bit of coffee and a whole lot of Jesus, and I was going to try it for tonight, but unfortunately it's going to have to be like during the day, one day, or maybe tomorrow I'll be able to do it. Alright, so P. Graham done. This is all I need today is a little bit of coffee and a whole lot of Jesus. And it has a coffee cup on it. Alright? This is P. Graham done. And I put the link in the messenger and in the group here on the page if you scroll down when we're done. Alright? Factory Direct Crafts, you have two options. Alright? On Amazon, they do sell the coffee beans, and these are craft coffee beans that I have used for years. And I've actually 3 years and 2 months ago on YouTube, I did several all I need today is a little bit of coffee and a whole lot of Jesus, several of them, and I did one with tea and Jesus too. Well, I use these coffee beans. So normally for one pack at Factory Direct Crafts, they run about $8, $8.50 for one pack. And they are plastic. Alright, they're for crafting. And they are coffee beans. On Amazon, the price looks high because it's like $18. But that's free shipping. And you actually get 2 packs of coffee beans. 2 packs, alright? So it's actually worth it to get the 2 with the free shipping because fall is coming, and the one thing I do know that the coffee wreaths are normally a fall wreath unless you're doing your, a lot of people do their kitchens, like my mother-in-law has magnolias going all through her house. She's from Mississippi, except her kitchen is in coffee. And I actually made her using that cross and these coffee beans for her for Mother's Day several years ago. I made it for her, and she decorates her kitchen with all I need today is a little bit of coffee and a whole lot of Jesus. So I use these beans on all my coffee wreaths. I also get the coffee cutouts, and you can get those from the Wood Shape store on Facebook. Melissa, and I forget her husband's name, but they actually do coffee and tea wooden cutouts. Alright, and you can paint them. And you can put the little coffee cups on it too, which I've done that before as well. Alright, so I have a really ugly, super ugly grapevine. Super ugly, really hard when, all I have is Walmart. Seriously, everything's in Florida, and we try to avoid going to Jacksonville, Florida, and stay here in Georgia. Because it is dangerous there, especially right now with everything going on. So at Walmart, it runs you about $4.99. Okay, $5. Anything, even though it's ugly, we can work with it. All right, this is actually easy to work with and cover up and make it nice and round and beautiful. So don't worry about that. These are from Craft Outlet. Oh, I forgot to turn on my fan. Hold on. Why? Hi, Miss Lynn. Hi, sweetheart. I love you. Let me tell my husband real quick. Please come here. Forgot. He's probably going to come in with my coffee anyways. To turn on fan. I don't want to climb underneath this. Turn on my fan. There we go. He'll come in. Alright, so let me get back over here. Alright, so this comes from Craft Outlet. As you know, this is a smaller one. Now, I looked and they said that they're going to get the smaller ones back in. They were out of the 11-inch where I did the big sunflower, and they just ran out of this one. But when I had looked into it, they told me that this is such a popular flower head, you know, the sunflower, that they should have it in within the next week. Alright, it's a very popular one. So this is a smaller one, and I'm going to put your ID. I just love Mylin. I love you so much. So it's MG 101, okay, and this is the smaller sunflower head. Alright, and it's the smaller one, and it's from Craft Outlet. Craft Outlet. There you go. Alright, so this right here, I put the link up for this too. This is your aged, so it looks like Grapevine, and it's just aged wire. When you first get it off, it is a little difficult. I don't like it when I first open it. You gotta have some strong hands. Now, it comes in this color. Let me see if I have the other one. Oh, I do. And a darker color. Alright, so it's totally up to you which one you want. And you're going to see that you can actually get this, if you have a Hobby Lobby near you, if you're going to be out and about, you can get it from there too. Now, this one I believe I got from Hobby Lobby, but you can actually tell the difference. See, I like the way this one works more, even though this one matches. Alright, so we're probably we'll use both. We'll see how it works. This is my favorite one, and I put up the link for you. Alrighty. At Walmart, you can get these are like for your flower stems. Alright, and see how it's round right there, and it cuts it for you. So let's say I'm going to use the darker one. And watch it just not, I'll probably end up using my wire cutters. Yep, this isn't going to do well. This will do well with the flowers, but not with that. Let me just get my wire cutters real quick. Hold on, I got it. Alright, so this is really easy to work with. It's not that hard. Right? See, this kind of pulls apart, this one. I think that's why I got this. But it's fine. So with these, you know that there's a hard, alright, it's hard. It's not something you can just push something in. So really easy. I'm just going to take my stapler, and I put the link up for this too. And we're just going to staple it on. Alright? And then this is going to twist onto your thing. And I would probably do a couple of them. I like the thinner, like I said, I like the thinner wire. I like this one the best. Alright? So you just staple it on to put onto your grapevine. So I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to show you with the smaller one. I actually like the smaller size better. Even though it's a little lighter, but remember that grapevines have several colors going through it. So it really, I like working with this one the best. Alright, so again, staple. This is the 1/4 inch staples. Alright, there we go. See, I like this better. A lot smoother to it, and I'm going to push that in one more. Of course, you're going to come out. Do it one more time. I'm going to actually put some glue on this too. Alright, so go ahead and put some hot glue on it. I'm going to let that dry. That's going to help seal it. I'm going to take this one too. That way it don't come out on me. And then you could use thicker staples. I'm using the 1/4, but you can actually use the 1/2. It's a little deeper, so. Alright, so this is You Are My Sunshine from P. Graham Dunn. Now, if you buy it online through him, it's usually like $6.99. Alright, when you buy it on Amazon with your free shipping, it's $10. Alright, so you have to buy so much at P. Graham Dunn to get the free shipping. So if you're just going to buy 2 items, then you might as well go through Amazon and get free shipping, okay? And this is really cute. You Are My Sunshine. One of my favorite crosses. And I've used it before on YouTube. I did a wreath with it. An actual deco mesh wreath. Yellow. Alright, let me get this. Here we go. And again, just staple this on. Now, like I said, I might change out the staples till they're a little bit. There we go. There we go. And again, yeah, I want to take those out. Really easy to deal with. Alright. These are your 1/4. I want it to be a little bit longer. It's 1/4. Hold on. And watch me not find the other ones, because it comes with 1/2 and 1/4. I have my little scooter bug in here. The baby's doing really good. He really is. He's doing so much better. We all are. We all have that nasty flu bug. Alright, let's see what this one is. Let's see if this one's actually 5/16. Watch it be smaller. Oh, it looks like it's a little bit bigger. Yeah, I want it just a little bit bigger. There we go. Yep. Alright, so it's just a tad bit. Not much. Alright, you can actually get 1/2 too. When you put these in, everybody, you have to go underneath this. Okay, it doesn't go on top, it goes underneath. Watch me. Alright, Carmen. Are you kidding me? Because I know it doesn't go in like this. Yes, it's this way. Alright. I'm going to be mad at you. Load staples on bottom. Do I have a staple stuck in there? I might. Alright, let me get my husband to come in here. First time, no problem. Second time, my hands are stuck. I know that's not how you put it on. I know that for a fact. Alrighty. Before track, release to load. Alright, let me get Christopher in here. He can help me with this. He's probably making my coffee. He makes me fresh coffee every day. I'm gonna miss him when he's gone. Need help, stapler. Alright. Alright, we'll get to our next thing while he gets in here. This is going to drive me absolutely wild right here. Is squeeze, track release. Alright, so he can come in here because I know it doesn't go like this because that's wrong. It's actually the opposite. Alright, so I'll have him come in. He'll do it for me. See, I'm not that great with this stuff. And he'll probably say, oh, well, let's use my stapler. I know him. Alright, so when he comes back in, I'll have him load that up for me, and then I'll put one more staple right here, and then put some hot glue, okay? Because this is going to go around inside this. So I'll have him come in for that one. Alright, so what else I got is you have different things you can do. This is burlap that you can get from actual, I got 6 rolls on Amazon, actually for a great price. It wasn't that much at all. And if you open this up, there's like, it's easy to glue on. So depending on how you want this to look, I hear him coming in. Hear the door? He's either coming in or he just went outside for something. Alright, so you want to, I'm going to do one side and I'm going to wrap it. And then I'm going to do the other side with ribbon and a bow. And we're going to do our flowers. Alright, so I need him to come in because that's going to drive me crazy. Alright, we're going to start cutting up our sunflowers. So you actually want this to be a little bit long because this is going to go into your grapevine. And the good thing about this is you can trim this off when you're done. I wonder if he has the phone with him or if he just went outside. I heard him go outside. There we go. And this isn't going to be happy today. Of course not. Alright, so just push it up. Give yourself a little room. We can trim this once you get everything placed where you want it. He must have went into the garage. If you guys hear my alarm, that's him, the garage, the back door to let the dogs out, or if somebody's at the door, you'll hear my little alarm system. That's just because he probably opened the back to put in. My husband's wonderful. I am so going to miss him. I'm used to it. My husband helps me with laundry. He washes dishes. He cooks. He's a wonderful man. And like he says, I wait for him while he's gone. I'm a good wife. And when he's home, he's an amazing husband. I just miss him when he's gone. But he also spoils me. Most men don't touch a dish. My husband touches dishes, which is wonderful. So, but, you know, as you get older, you also go through a lot of trials. Look what happened. I couldn't walk, so my husband bathed me. He put me on the potty. He did a lot of things for me when I was paralyzed from the waist down. So, he's a good guy. He's a good man. I'm very, very blessed to have him. I really am. I'm just going to miss him. Really going to miss him. But we're going to just keep him in our prayers. And I cannot tell you when he's gone, okay? But you'll be able to notice because you won't see him log on or it'll be silent. Alright? Everybody notices. There you go. I said he had to go into there. He does the dishes too, Miss Lynn. It's amazing to have a husband who helps. That's amazing. You have a good man. My husband does the dishes. He does laundry. So if I'm not feeling well, he'll say, baby, I got this. And, you know, when they're gone, he was gone for the longest time he was gone was 1.5 years. He was deployed. And as soon as he got home, first thing he wanted to do is my husband loves to cook. He's not a cook in the Navy. He loves to cook because, you know, they get used to eating that boat food. So I always see him and his friends. You think that women are bad taking pictures of food? Yeah. The men are they do it just as much as we do. My husband's always taking pictures of his food. You know, I made this tonight and all this. It's always pictures of his food. It's funny. It's cute. And then the guys all swap recipes. Like I said, they get used to this boat food. So when they get home, they really go to town on making stuff. He's a really good cook. But you're very blessed, Miss Lynn. A lot of guys don't do dishes. My husband does dishes, laundry, he cooks. He does a lot. We're very blessed to have men that will do all the things that we do. So we're very blessed. We really are. I'm very grateful that God put this wonderful man in my life. And he loves. So the grandbaby is like the apple of his eyes. We got this little baby that is, he's just precious. These kids with disabilities, they amaze you. And he must have been in the garage, like I said. I hear it just open up again. So anyways, the one thing he was talking about is, I'm going to miss so much of his, I'm going to miss him growing up. They grow so fast. I'm going to miss my angel baby. Because we don't get to write each other. We don't get emails. We don't get letters. We get nothing. So, his deployments are smaller this time, though, because they're only gone for 3 months. 3 months gone, 3 months home. So, I'm glad about that, but it is a nuclear. We get nothing. Nothing. No contact, no nothing. But no news is good news. That's the way we think about it. But I'm going to miss him, though. Definitely going to miss him. Like I said, he spoils me. He's a good man. And I told you, when our first date, the one thing that he asked me that blew me away was, do you believe in God? That's what my husband asked me. And I knew from that first time, I'm going to marry him. I love him. I knew it, Guys don't really talk about things like women until they get older. You notice the older we get, the wiser we are. So, not till they get older, but that was his first thing, was, do you believe in God? And I was like, wow, this is amazing. I was so happy. I was like, yes, and why? He's like, this is really important to me, that, you believe in God, and, we have the same beliefs. And, you get sickness or health, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it comes, you get sick before you get good health, you never know. And that's what marriage is about. It's about being there for each other, loving each other. I cannot get the staples back in. And, oh, thank you, sweetheart. I knew you were getting me coffee. Thank you. And let me show you. Oh, can I show them? I put it in totally opposite. Is this big enough to go into the back of this? These are the bigger ones. Yeah? Okay. All right. How simple was that? Thank you. I was like, all right, got it. There we go. Yay, there we go. I'm going to actually put a little bit of glue on this one as well, on the back of this. Yay, told you. Something so simple and I couldn't get it. Brain fart. So, we actually, like I said, I'm very fortunate. When you put God in the center, what comes with that? Your love can only grow. Because the longer you're together with somebody, the more in love you are. The more things that you go through and challenges, the greater your love is. Okay, so I'm going to put this up. This is Amazon. This is your daisy bush. And as you can see, I've used it on several things. I did put the link up in the messenger and on our page, alright? So I wanted to put some daisies going through it. And I'm using several, you're going to see. They look the same, but there's several different ones. Let me see if I can find my other ones. Actually, yeah. Alright. It's fine. There we go. There we are. Alright, this one actually has the little baby sunflowers on the side. Alright. So I like to kind of spread that through. All of the flowers are from Amazon. and shop. If you have a Hobby Lobby, go look, because they actually have, you might be spending a little more, but they actually have, the quantity of it is good. But I, like I said, I get everything from online or Walmart. We have Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and Walmart. We live in the country. And I don't like going to Jacksonville, so. Alright, so we're going to start off with this. And then as I need more, we'll add to it. Alright, so I want to start off with a big sunflower first. And decide on where you want it. Remember that this is going to squish in. So where do I want to wrap my ribbon around? And like I said, I may use the burlap or not. I'm going to put this, put it this way. We're going to take this. This is real easy. This goes right through your grapevine with your wire that matches. So you're not even going to see it. And if you want to add some glue on this, you most certainly can. Alright, you're going to bend it in. Real easy. Easy peasy. Alright, so do I want one or do I want two? We're going to start off like this. I'll open up our ribs. Like I said, I hope everybody's doing well. God has really put it on my heart. Carmen always talks about God's love. But God wanted me to start talking about, if you're not right with Him, you're not going to heaven. He wants me to be blunt and honest. And I understand, you know, because you bring people to God, but you got to make a change inside yourself too. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to go to heaven. Let me try with one, and let's see if I want to add another. You can't, like He said, you can't be cold or hot or lukewarm, all the way or none at all. And He wants me to be blunt. And normally Carmen isn't like that. But God says they need to know, they need to be ready. So I started talking about Him and putting scripture out there. I like this one because I like the orange and the yellow better. This was the bush that has the little baby ones going with it, and I actually put that link up for this one. I like this color the best. It's more of an orange and yellow. Alright, so we're going to start putting this through. And remember, be creative. Go all the way through. It's not going to be hard at all. And we are going to wrap it. I think I'm going to do, because I have this idea in my head on the way I want it. Like I said, I like these better. This was the actual link I put up for the sunflowers. This one is the one I used, not the other one. And I like this one because I like the bright. It's bright and beautiful. So we're going to start putting it in. Right, and we are going to add our daisies going through it as well. I just want to place this going in it right now. See? And I love that cross. You are my sunshine. Like I said, I used that before. But I like P. Graham Dunn. He does a lot of inspirational pieces. He really does. Beautiful. He's the one who I started using before I went to metal signs. I was using all his stuff, all wood, which I absolutely love. Alright, let's put this over here. Now, you want to kind of give it some width. I'm going to start putting in some of our daisies so we get some more color going through this, alright? Make sure that you got plenty of glue, alright? And you do want it to stand out. It doesn't need to be flat. You want it to stand out. Alright, that's why I made it. These are a little bit longer, but when you're done, all you do is you clip the ends off, right, from the back, and we'll go over that too. So I'm going to take this one. That's beautiful. Happy, happy, happy. Take one over here. And already, it's beautiful. Grapevines are really easy to make. And really, you want to get some good quality flowers when you start working with grapevines because it makes a big difference. Alright? There are some that I use of Dollar Tree, but I really prefer these type of flowers. I love this flower. I'm so happy that Craft Outlet came out with something so unique and beautiful. So I'm going to take the baby ones and put it to the side. Give it a little bit of width. Let's get some more. Alright, see how we're doing this so far? And the white is going to make this all pull out. Alright, there we go. I can't believe I couldn't figure out that stapler. He comes in and he's like, look, come on, alright. I knew I forgot something. Easy, and I had a brain fart. There we go. That's beautiful. This is gorgeous. And see, I cut all this up, and we're probably not going to be using all this. But we are going to take it. Let me put, that is really, really beautiful. See, I'm happy with this. And add some of the babies. More baby flowers going in. This makes a big difference. I think I'm going to go and see, I have some more sunflowers too. I like that, just that one. It's really pretty. There we go. Really, really beautiful. So you don't need a lot. I'm going to do a bow and put my cross on. We don't need a lot. I put up a link for the glue for everybody too. Alright. Beautiful. Did everybody see the picture of Jesus? So I grew up, we had the velvet. I don't know if anyone else has the velvet. It's art. And it's black, and then it's on crushed black velvet, and then there's the blue of Jesus. And I put it on my profile. And I used to ask, why is he blue? And my grandmother said, it's one is art, and for another, we are all Jesus's brothers and sisters. We're all God's children. So it was, you know, beautiful. I used to look at it and say, that's so beautiful. And then I went looking for it, and I found the picture. I found it online, and I was like, oh, this brings back memories. This is, you know, so I shared it. You know, and listen, I'm not going to hide what God wants me to do. He wants me to tell people, stop. Stop it with the violence. Stop this. He loves us all, and he can come at any time. And if you're not ready, you're going to miss your chance. Alright, so I think I'm going to take a couple of these baby ones. Your hubby does it all and lets me do my crafts and quilts. Aw, that's so sweet. See, you all have good husbands. That's amazing. I really think that, you know, so we raised my son. My son's the same way. Like, you know his wife left him and left the baby. So he's a single father. She didn't want the baby. And the one thing that she told my son was, you're too nice. And I was like, what does she mean? Because he cooks, he cleans, he does everything. Just like, because we raised our children to do dishes, to do laundry, to take care of themselves. He used to make picnic lunches and take her to the beach, and I would have, you know, the boys, and he was, you know, she wasn't used to it. But I also believe that's a lot in how you raise your kids, too. What you doing, Ginger? This is so beautiful. But it is, because some girls don't like it when men are too nice. Alright, so I have two. I think I like this. And I may add the rest of this in, but we're going to go ahead. Yay, my cross is done. Yay. We're going to go ahead, and I want to wrap it, grapevines are really easy, and like I said, you can get an ugly grapevine, just like I did, cheap, $4.99. And it really is the flowers and the quality of your flowers that is going to make your grapevine. Alright, so my flowers, they're beautiful. I love them. We have You Are My Sunshine, and I need to see where I want to put it, and I do want to put a bow. So now we're going to pick out the colors. Let me grab some of my coffee. My ribbon choices. And I pulled out a bunch of ribbon. Let me move this out of my way over here. See, I still have plenty of sunflowers. I was like, I hope I don't use all of them because I'm not buying anymore. I was like, I've done so many sunflower things. I just use them for, you know, we got fall and Christmas coming up, so we might have a couple more sunflowers besides the sunflower I'm making if I find a sign that like talks to me. But we have done so many sunflower wreaths in this craft group in the last 3-4 months that there's plenty on there, and all different signs. My main signs that I get the beautiful sunflower signs from, I'm not gonna lie, that's from Sugar Britches. Sugar Britches 65 is amazing signs. I love her work. She is very gifted. She really is. And like I said, she donates her proceeds. So she, of course, is going to buy her supplies. Anything over goes towards saving animals' lives. She helps the doggies and the kitty cats. That's where she puts her money. A portion of it goes towards saving animals. So I really, really love her. Her name is Lisa, and she's an amazing person. She really is. I really adore her. She's just a beautiful person. Each one of the ladies is amazing, though, because I like Pam, and I like Crafty Creations, too, because she's a sweetheart. Crafty Creations is Miss Peggy, and she has more of your, it's like a 1970 color. It's like the pastel color. She has, each one of them have their own style, so I love her work, too. And her husband is retired Air Force, and they're Christians, and I love that. Okay, so you can get this, which is your burlap. You can get this from Craft Outlet. This is our silk. Alright, I think I'm going to lay off the silk because I want it to be more vintage. Alright, so the silk is a no-go. I have green, and we want to kind of bring this out because we're going to be putting the cross in this too. And I think I'm going to let the light green go to the side. Like I said, I wasn't sure on everything I was going to use today, so I pulled out a bunch of different ones. This one is from Craft Outlet. It's got a burlap with the sunflowers in it. I like this. I actually like this one better than this one. Alright, that's the one we're using. Alright, so then I wanted to get this because we're going to wrap it and make a bow as well. I wanted to pull from the colors, and actually I do like that green. So I actually think that the yellow and the orange is too much. Okay. Now I may put it in the bow, the actual bow that goes on it, to pull out the colors. But far as wrapping it, Alright, so I'm going to take this green, which is a sage green, and I'll actually put I'm going to put the codes down for you. I'm going to take this burlap and put it to the side. See, I told you everything changes once you make it. You envision something in your head, but when you put it down, it's always different. At least for me it is. Put this over here. But that's a true artist, is when you can take something and you see it, and you're not going by, you know, you imagine what you want it to look like, but as you make it, I can't explain it. I also let God lead me. Like I said, He works through my hands. Alrighty, so yes with the sunflower. That's a yes. And yes with sage green. Let me see. I put the other green up, but I'm looking at it. So I took 2 greens out. Right, if it was just like a summertime thing, then I would go with a lighter green. But if you're going to have it up all year long, because you can have it all the way up through, you know, Thanksgiving is when you put your Christmas up. You can have it all the way up through fall, alright? So I would go with the darker green. Alright, and that's going to actually bring this all out. So what I want to do is I'm going to take this and this. Let me find my scissors. I'm just glad our baby's good. Alright, move this over. I call him my baby. It's my grandson. But he's, like I said, God put this little special guy in our life. We just absolutely adore him. Alright, so we're going to take these, and there's 3 of them. And the way you're going to measure is, I want to wrap it. Alright? So, kind of like in a parallel, but you're using 3 different colors. Right? So it's not going to be wrapped all together, don't worry. But you need to know how much you're going to use. So I take it. This is how we're going to measure it. Alrighty. I'm going to take the longest one, because as you wrap it, you're going to see that it gets a little bit shorter, which it did. Take it just a little bit longer than I normally would, so I'm going to kind of bend it in, take my longest piece, and then match it up. So my longest piece is our green. Right, and it all depends on how much you want to wrap this with. And you can do this with burlap or ribbon, alright? So I'm doing it with like a vintage type. Let me grab my, and I'm going to go ahead and put your item number up real quick. Just let me get this real quick so you guys can buy this, because they're all from Craft Outlet. There we go. Even this beautiful sunflower one is Craft Outlet. And I like it because you're still getting that burlap look. So it's beautiful. And then I'll measure this for you too. If you're going to do it the way I am, I'll measure it up. I'm going to make it a little bit longer. Remember, we still have to make the bow too. So I'm going to take this. Alright, let me grab my measuring tape for you. Just take one piece because they're all the same. Alright, so that is 46 inches, alright? So 3 pieces at 46 inches is what I got, and I'll probably shorten it up. Now let me go ahead and put up your item number for these, right? Because this is really pretty. $10 for this. I'm almost out. Almost out. And I think I hope they got it back in. She told me she was going to get this color back in when I contacted Craft Outlet. So hopefully it came back in. Okay, so our sage green. And this is 50 yards. Alright. 50 yards. And it's like $10, $11. Best to get the 50 yards because that we're going to use it all fall. And I use it throughout the whole year. I also have it in the newer one, that's the sage green, that I absolutely love. And And I actually could have used that, but I didn't know if I was going to use the yellow or not. So I actually like the other one too that they came out with, the newer one. So it's RGA. This is 504436. Alright, that's the green. This is your, it's like a taupe color. It's really beautiful. Alright, so I'm just going to put like brown on it, but it's more of a taupe. Like taupe. Like a taupe brown. And we're going to put it, and this is RGA. And when you put in one, it should pull up all the colors they have available. This is a great deal when you get your 50 yards, because we are going to be using, like I said, a lot of this, okay? So, and I think that is a 1. Alright, that's 50 yards. That's for this one. The sunflower one that I got, they do not have this one in 50 yards, but I do have the item number for you. Alright, and this is a sunflower, and you can use any sunflower ribbon, alright? And this is actually one of their newer colors, and I really, really, really like it. They're all 1.5, so 41024 dash, every one is different, 09-15. And those are our 3 ribbons we're using right now. We're probably going to use more when we actually make the bow. Not sure yet. There goes my glue. Alrighty, so we're going to wrap this. And what's really cool is you can do it a single one with burlap. And I showed you before how to do that. Well, not on here, but on YouTube. Or you can use different ones and crisscross it. So you want to see where you want it. And we want to see some of this on there. Alright. So I'm going to take it underneath my sunflower here. And what's really easy is you can actually take it underneath when you first start it. Make sure that this is up. Alright. And this is going to help you give it a little bit on there. Take it under here. You're going to glue this, but I kind of like to take it underneath this and pull it through. So, if you are afraid you're going to burn yourself, the wonderful thing with this is you can take this, as I've shown before, you can take it, put a little hole in this, and you can double it on, so you have 2 little safety nuts for you to hold the ribbon on there. Alright, so we're going to take ourselves some floral wire, very small piece, very small, nothing real big, tiny little piece. Just cut it, take it here. Alright, I'm going to pull this down just a tad bit. Remember that these are all wired ribbons too. Just take it underneath, just slightly. And we're going to take a little bit of glue. I should have left my glue, my little thing on here. I'll get it because we're going to be using some glue. I don't want to get it all over my mat. Right, just tie it. Remember I said ugly grapevine that we can make beautiful? Well, we're making a beautiful grapevine. Alrighty, take yourself a little bit of hot glue. Make sure that you have your finger covers on and you don't hurt yourself, because this can give you it really hurt my fingers when I burnt myself. It took like 3 weeks to heal up, and it can go all the way to the bone. I mean, it was deep. It was deep, and it hurt so bad because this is really, really hot. Alright, just a little bit. Now, we all know that, let me see if I can find it. We we call it Chris's spoon. If you guys have been with me for a while, you know, Chris told everybody on YouTube that they owed him a new spoon for cooking because I used a spoon to flatten down the glue instead of my fingers. So I have a wooden spoon that I use to stir my glue, as you can see, in my little glue pots, and I also use it to pat it down instead of my fingers, which is, you know, because I don't always put those little finger guards on. And I have to be careful, I'm allergic to latex, so if it's latex, I'm in trouble. Alrighty, so here we go. Let me go ahead and grab this over here. We are using a little bit of glue until we make our bow. Alright, here we go. This is going to be beautiful and different. Okay, here we go. So now you're just going to go through this, and now you do want to see this grapevine. Alright, you don't want to cover it completely up. This is what makes it so beautiful. There we go. And perfect. Remember, I measured it and it came out perfect. Yay! Again, let's take ourselves our little hole puncher. Put your little hole in there. Alright, metal hole puncher. And if you need the link for that, I can most certainly put that up for y'all too. I do not mind. So I'm trying to get all the links up because we have a lot of fall and Christmas. We still have a lot of, we still have the cow, the peacock cow that we need to do. We have our sunflower tomorrow, actual flower that we'll be making. So we have quite a bit to do. So I'm really excited. Like I said, you don't need a lot. I cut way too much. 2-3 inches. Unless you have a hard time like I do, my fingers will cramp up on me, and that comes with age. So if your fingers hurt, then make it a little bit longer because you can always cut it off later. Alright, so take this. We're going to go under here. Alright. Everyone has their own way, and this is my way that I like to do my stuff. So mine always a little bit different. You don't always want to do what everybody else does. And I try to teach you an easy way without struggling. There we go. Beautiful. Again, we want to get some little hot glue on there. Alright. Now, I will tell you that I'm using all my cheaper glue up. But what I did I got, because I actually like it better when it comes to the glue sticks, is the Elmer's. Alright, and I'll show you that. It actually sticks better. Alright. So, and I believe that I put that up. No, it's Gorilla, sorry. I have Gorilla glue. And this is actually the best kind you can get. And I think I paid like $6 or $7 for a pack on Amazon, free shipping. And it was cheaper than Walmart, believe it or not. And it's the long Gorilla glue sticks. Alright, so we got one there. Look how beautiful. And I'm probably going to add more flowers. Like I said, I'm not totally done yet. Not yet. This I kind of want to go under. Alright, let's get our other two colors. Let's do our green. Really pretty. You can do just a simple one layer. Right? And we're going to try to get this, just overlap it so you see all the colors, alright? I still want to see, I'm actually going to take it under here. I still want to see my grapevine. I don't want to totally cover that up. Alright? I'm going to take it back here. I saw everybody was excited about doing grapevines. These are easy to make. And you can actually make some beautiful pieces. So like I said, the key is get yourself some good flowers. What I do usually when I do grapevines is I save up, like I did this time. I said, oh, I think I'm going to do a grapevine. I have all these sunflowers and stuff. There's no way I'm going to use them all because we've done so much, so let's do a grapevine. And plus, I think Cindy was the one who asked about a grapevine too. So I was like, yeah, we can do grapevines. Grapevines are fun. I think Miss Cindy asked when I asked everybody what they wanted to learn, and I believe it was Cindy Corso who said grapevine. I believe it was Sister Cindy. So, and we got some grapevines we'll be doing for Christmas too. Alright, so we have a lot of stuff planned. Again, underneath the grapevine. Now you're going to have to take that aged wire, and I make an actual hook once I get everything put together to hang this on. And most of you know, because I've taught that over the years, you need that here to hang this. That way when you put it on the door, it's not damaging the inside of your flowers. And the best way to do it is using the grapevine and putting it underneath, and we'll go through that when we get to that point. Right, so make sure that this is nice and tight in here. Again, I'm going to take some glue with my wooden spoon and put it on. Spoon and glue. It's my husband's spoon. He's got a new spoon. We got him a new one. He likes to make his chili, so he likes to use his, of course. Alright, so my husband has his grandmothers and grandfathers. What is it? The black pots. You know what I'm talking about, the cooking. And they use them in the South. They're all like iron pots or cast iron. He has all his grandparents cast iron. And so I try not to use it because it's his grandparents, but he loves to cook with it. Okay, so you have a choice. Crisscross it or go on like this. I'm actually going to take it, and I don't want to cover it all up. Like I said, I'm going to crisscross. Again, use what you have available to you. Alright, so if you have a little piece of your grapevine sticking up, use it. Alright, take it, crisscross, and crisscross over. See how awesome that was? Take it, put your little hole in it. This is stuff that I teach you on here, not on YouTube. Actually, what we're doing right now. I'm trying to teach y'all some a little bit different. There we go. A little bit different techniques. Not always the same. Alright. So if you can't find it, always put another one. Real easy. It's going to bend on me. And I can't see it. There we go. Now I do. There we go. I'm going to take this, tie it, and take this under. Always use that wood there. That's what's going to hold everything together. Okay? Don't be afraid. Use your grapevine. Utilize it. We have an ugly grapevine that we're making beautiful, and we're going to add stuff to it, so it's really going to be beautiful and not hard to do. Okay, here we go. Again, this is hot glue. Please be careful. Alright, be careful because it can burn you. Take my wooden spoon. My hubby's wooden spoon. That's now my craft spoon. Just pat it on there. Just take it. Beautiful. Okay, so this is what's going to make it pop, and then we're going to make our bow. I'm going to add a couple more flowers to it, and we're going to figure out where we're going to put our cross. Alright, so this is going to be your last one that you're going to crisscross. So you want to decide, how am I going to crisscross it where I'm still going to see both the colors? So I think I'm going to put it right here. I'm actually going to take it underneath my bar here. Use what's available. Alright, so you're going to get a little bit of all your colors. Look at perfect Same length. Perfect. And these are all wired ribbon. And you don't have to use all wired. You can use your plain ribbon too. So, okay. It's totally up to what you want. There we go. Take this. Beautiful, beautiful. I love you, Miss Linda. I'm so happy you're with us. If you guys see Nikki, tell Miss Nikki we said hi. She's one of our, Miss Linda and Nikki are our 2 newest sisters that joined. Alright, so here we go. We're going to take this. I'm going to take it under. Let me go ahead and put it under here. Alright. So remember, we still have a bow too. And it's okay if it's a little bit longer and a little bit shorter. So we want it to like pull all together. And come on. Gotta get that knot in there to hold it on. There we go. Push it under. There we go. Again, hot glue. Really easy when you have ribbon on ribbon. Okay, that'll work for you. And see, you don't get any of this glue in the front where it's going to ruin your ribbon. Everything's underneath. Alright? Alrighty. There we go. So decide on where you want to put it, and I want to see both the colors. So we're going to go 1, 2. Remember, we have a bow too. And take it just a little bit here, and 3. We got all 3 colors. Look again where we stopped with each one and started. They're almost identical. See that? It's a good thing. That's why we measure our ribbon and cut it all up so it's even. You don't want to, you want to kind of have it all going together. Alright, there we go. It's okay that the ribbon's on the back where the glue is. It's not like it, you can't see it because it's going to be hanging up. Alright. And if you wanted to, nobody's ever asked. This is the way it looks on the back of them. There we go. Again, pull up, tie, 1, 2. Alrighty. I am actually going to take it right. Oh, I can take it right where this one is. There we go. Pull it under, and we're not using a lot of glue on our ribbon. The glue is gluing our floral on. Alright. There we go. Perfect. 1, 2. We're going to put our glue underneath to hold it all together. I'm going to give it an extra little. That's our last one. So you can take the burlap that I showed you and do just burlap if you want, or you can do your ribbons. It's totally up to what you want yours to look like. I've done burlap before. I wanted to kind of do our crisscrossing with our ribbon, and I like it. I really, really like it. So we're going to take it. Be careful. Careful. There we go. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, sweetheart. What? Definitely we keep missing each other. I will call you tomorrow, love. How's mommy doing? I love you, sweetheart. I love you. Well, we miss you, Miss Evelyn. We miss you a lot. I love you, sweetie. Okay, so Gorilla Glue. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and put this in. We're going to turn this over and let this heat up. Alrighty. Turn this over. How beautiful is this? Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so you have a choice. You can do this, and you can just put it in and sell it just as it is. Alright? So we're going to add something to it. Look how beautiful. Simple, elegant, and beautiful. absolutely gorgeous. An ugly grapevine that you can make beautiful. But we're going to actually add more to this, right? And you can do it either way. You got your ribbons that all crisscross, and there's 3 of them. All right. Now, I do. You are my sunshine. So if I put this here, then we're going to have to make our, I don't think we need a bow. Let me see. I want a little bow. Not a big bow, like a little one. Not big, because you don't want to hide that. All right. So I'm going to take my, you are my sunshine, right here. Right, again, we're using grapevine. We're using our wire. And I think I want to put another staple here. Okay, so let us staple and do 2. Alright? So we're going to let that dry because we're going to put more on it. So I'm going to take, again, so I want to do another staple here so we get it nice and tight on there so it doesn't come loose. I hope everything's well with you, Evelyn. I hope Mommy's doing well. I miss you, I miss you, I miss you, and I love you. I love you, sweetheart. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Where are you? Where are you? Where's my end? Here we go. This is aged wire. It looks just like a grapevine, really easy. I like using this when I use grapevines. Alright, especially when you're going to put something on that can be a total eyesore when this can go with it. There we go. And yes, it is. Sometimes I lose that strength in this one hand. There we go. Alright. Again, stapler. It's a craft stapler. And let me find where I put that. I have done so much. Oh, Carmen, it's right in front of you. Yep. Gotta organize my flowers again. There we go. 1. I'm gonna do 3. 2. And 1 more. 3. And that one didn't want to go in. There we go. Alright, we're gonna take the hot glue, just like we did here, and go ahead and put this on here. Give it an extra layer of protection. I'm going to put this over here, let it dry. And I'm going to look at this and see. Now, I want to add a little more flowers to this. I do. Where do I want my bow? Oh, we don't need a big one. I just want a small bow. And I don't think we're going to put legs on it either. Just like a little bow. Alright, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move this over. We're going to add our flowers to it later. I'm going to move this over right here. We're going to add some more flowers. But I want to do a small little bow. Nothing big. It doesn't need anything big because you're going to actually take away from the whole grapevine. Alright. Now, some people put big bows on it. But we got a cross and we have all these flowers and we crisscrossed a ribbon on it. So nothing big. Not at all. We're going to use the same colors too. That way it all blends together. Alright, so we're going to use the moss green, the sunflower, and the taupe. Oh, Mom's doing okay? I do too. Unfortunately, like we opened up here and guess what? It all doubled. But we're on phase, what are we on, 3 or 4? Actually, we're all opened up here. But I'm telling you, sweetie, that when you wear a mask, like I told everybody, I know they get upset, but it's not, you know, it's to save other people's lives. So you can walk around and not have COVID and, you know, have it and not have symptoms. And you don't want a child, you don't want that on your hands, so. Alright, I did want to show you the rope too, because you can get this. This one I believe I got at Hobby Lobby. This is a thinner one. It does have a little bit of grapevine in it. We may use this to actually tie on, but I like this the best. actually, we're probably going to use this on the bow. Alright. I don't want to confuse you. This you can actually, when you look up floral wire, aged floral wire, you have this as well. It's a thinner one, right? It's not going to be as strong, but this is what I use to put my bows onto a grapevine, so it matches it. Right, because there's two different ones. This one comes in a large thing. You can actually get this at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, any craft store. This is a thinner one though. This is really thin. You're talking like 30, you know, and the only thing that's really holding it is that it's more like a rope, but there is your floral wires in there. It's more like a rope. A floral wire is still in it, so, right, this is thinner. And you get a lot more for your money. Alright, so what I want to do is I don't want anything real big. We want it real small, no legs. Alright, because we have that beautiful cross. So let's go ahead and put this down. And I'm going to take this, and I think I'm going to don't want anything big. I really don't want anything big to take away from it. So we just want something small and simple and elegant. So let's go ahead and go to, let's just do 4. Remember that this is we're not doing anything real big, just a simple, elegant bow. So 4 and 4 each side, no legs. And my cross should be dry, so we'll have the bow and the cross at the same time, so I can see the way I want it to lay. Alright, and then we're going to add a couple more flowers. Here we go. 1, 2. Let's go ahead and do 3. This is all going to bow out when we fluff it, so don't worry about that either. Make sure it's the same size. Center. Evelyn, I will call you love tomorrow. You're so stressed with the nurses that comes to your mom. Well, you know what? We're gonna pray about that. I know the nursing home was the scariest. So since we opened up in Georgia, you do know that it's not. Now they're saying it's not that our elderly's getting it now. It is that it's 35 and under now. It's hitting our younger generation. So it doesn't mean that it's not going to hit our elderly, but, you know, people need to be careful. They need to be careful. But it kind of put a scare into everybody. I was like, what do you think? It's just going to magically disappear? And then, get this one. I said from the beginning, this is a bacteria. This is not a virus like people think. Well, guess what they're saying now? It's a bacteria. Exactly what I said. I said, my goodness, you don't have to have brains to know what it is. So, anyways, I still stay home. I stay home. We're still practicing. You know, we wear a mask. I don't leave unless I have to. And my husband gets my medicine right now until he gets deployed. And then it's going to hit me like, oh no, I'm so spoiled rotten by him. I really am. Okay, so it's a little bit over 3, just slightly. It's like 3/4 of an inch. Well, it's about an inch if you go by. Yeah, it's about an inch shorter. Alright, so a little bit, just a little bit. Easiest way with this is you count. Remember how I taught everybody. These are squares. 1, 2, 3, and there's a slight, like 1/2. 1, 2, 3, down just a tad bit. There we go. Perfect. That's perfect. Count by your squares. Alright. So I'm going to do just 2. Right, remember I cut the tails off, so don't worry about that either. Alright, 1, 2, twist up. I think we're going to add something in our bow too. 2. There we go. Let's twist this. Remember that we always cut off the ends, or this always sticks underneath. So don't worry about this. Don't worry about it, because this always hides. All right, now we're going to take our sunflower ribbon. Sunflower. Beautiful. Now you have a choice. You can do one or you can do two. It's totally up to you. I like the sunflower. I'm actually going to do two. All right, do your little tail. Take this. Make sure you have at least an inch there, and you can cut off what you don't need. And you can also, it'll tuck under and hide once you tie everything down. Alrighty, we're gonna go two. So 3 squares again, an inch shorter, 1 inch, 2, actually, hold on. Let's do something a little bit different. I said no tails, but let's see if we do a short one and just round it. Something different. Okay, 1 short tail so we can curl it. And if I don't like it, I can cut it right off. All right, so here we go. Again, 1 inch shorter. Twist up. There we go. Something just something to pull everything in. All right. And go 1. And if you're going to do that, you might as well just do 1 here and 1 here. I actually like that. Different. Different. Let's do different. Let's do this slightly different. All right. There we go. I'm going to take this wire, right? This is floral wire. It's H floral wire. It's really, you can get it at Hobby Lobby, all your craft stores. It's very thin, but it is floral wire. It's thinner than what I used on my flowers. Okay, this is thinner. So I like the more, this is like 26 inches, all right, thick. This one is more like 30. So as you go up, it gets thinner, all right? Put this over. So there's different ones, and I always use this for our grapevines, because it gives it that look, that beautiful look. You don't see any wires. It all blends together like it's one beautiful piece. There we go, underneath. One beautiful piece. Under. And this is all going to go to, oops, don't you go on me. Yes, it will slip. Like, don't you move. There we go. No, you don't want that either. Hold on. Being a little Miss Difficult today. In between your two. There we go. There we go. Now, don't you be Miss Difficult. Oops. And like I said, see how that broke? Alright, that's okay. It is floral wire. And like I said, it is 30 inches. So we're going to grab another one. Just leave it there. It'll hold it together. You can't tie it too hard because it will break. It's more, like I said, it's thinner. It's way thinner, so you got to be very careful. But that's okay. This is going to hold it in. I got one on there, and we got another one coming on. Just try not to tie it too tight, because I do not want zip ties on my grapevine. Alrighty. This already has this on it. Alright, we already have that there, so this is fine. Let me move this over. Need some more room. Come on. There we go. And if this is is the only way that you feel you have more control. Just do what I did. If it breaks, it's okay. It's floral wire. So it's gonna, if you tie it too tight, it's gonna break because, like I said, it's 30 inches. It's not like it's thinner. That's why it's cheaper, and it comes in much more than you would get when you get your 26 gauge, which is the thicker one that I use. Alright. Alrighty. Make sure you get yourself a knot. There we go. And then we're gonna pull this up. This is just gonna be a small one. And remember what I said about these tails. Once you get this on, you can cut it. I don't know why. So fireworks are illegal here. And with everything that's going on, it kind of puts me on pins and needles. But I have to say, okay, God, take this nervousness away from me. Because, you know, you're like, oh gosh, what's happening out there? You gotta kind of block that stuff out. That was somebody letting their fireworks out off. I was like, this is crazy. But we're not having fireworks here. But they still sell them. No fireworks. No 4th of July. Well, no, that's not true. We're not having the festival or parade, but they did say that they were going to do fireworks. But we'll see, because if we get any more going on, they may cancel that. Because I just saw the update saying that they were going to actually have fireworks. Because at first they canceled all of it. So, alright, here we go. Alright. So let's see where we're going to put our cross, and that's going to be the big one. Let me see where I want to put my bow. Do I want it down here? Do I want it up here? And you are my sunshine here. Actually, I want you are my sunshine here. And I want my bow like right here. Alright? And you guys can do it however you want. I'm actually going to put this up where it's kind of, see how you want it. See, you can have your sunflower going down. You kind of want it in half. Right? In half. Let's see. You are my sunshine. My sunshine. Okay. Sorry, that's in my head. I used to sing that to the babies when they were little. My grandmother sung it to me. She sure did. One of my favorite things. You are my sunshine. There we go. Okay. Kind of like right, more like right here. And I'll put a couple of flowers on the other side. Put this right here. Alright. I'll show you both ways. Okay, so as you notice, this is great because we put our floral wire and it kind of goes with it. Right? And this is the thicker one, so you get less of it, but it's thicker. It's like really thick. So it's not going to break on you when you tie it. You need a little extra muscle actually to work it in. Not going to lie. It's nice and thick. There we go. And take this, put it up through here. Always try to put it through the grapevine. Alright, it's going to all go with it. Don't you worry. That's why we're using the aged wire. So it all goes with it. One. Let's take it. Now, if you guys have your craft festivals, not everybody likes crosses. I had some people buy my stuff and ask me to take the cross off. I'm like, okay, if that's what you want. And he even told me to keep it. I was like, alright, what's wrong with the cross? I'm not praying to a cross. It just represents that I am a Christian and I believe in God. I'm not doing anything with it, but, you know, some people, they just don't like a cross. I had that happen actually a couple times. Not everybody likes crosses. So, not everybody. That's at the craft shows though. You always have somebody that, and they'll pay the same price, just take the cross off. So it's best that you know, unless somebody orders it, make it where you can cut it off, alright? Because not everybody likes crosses. That's beautiful. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Alrighty. That is beautiful. And it's not going to fall off. Now, we can, ooh, that's even prettier. Right there on the flowers in the flower bed. Or at the bottom. I'm going to add some flowers over here. Add some flowers right here. And I'm going to actually put it right here inside my flowers. Again, work it in. We're going to add, I have all those flowers, so I can add just right here. There we go. There we go. Alright, again, do not tie it too tight. This is your thinner wire, okay? It's not the thicker one. This is like 30 inches, so it's easy to break. But it is aged floral wire, and you can get both sizes on Amazon. So I'll actually put this size up too, because I only put the thicker one up for everybody earlier. Alright, this is so thin that you can cut it, where the other one you have to use your wire cutters, okay? Alright, there we go. We're going to add some more flowers to this. My little touches to it. And then I'm going to talk with all of you and then do our prayer. And I love you, each and every one of you. This is not a long tutorial. Right? Now, I am picky. I added and I took away. So it's totally up to what you want. This is not coming off. Now, I still have to teach you how to hang this. So we still have to add that too. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to add some more flowers right here. No biggie, not, you know, not a lot. You guys are going to hear all of those fireworks. I can't believe I'm doing that. But it is Georgia, so there we go. Let's take our little white daisies. Those in it too. And then we're gonna do the back for you. Alrighty. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I already have these cut. I'm gonna use them all. Just want to decide where I'm gonna put it. You're gonna have to cut it just slightly because we already have the wrapping on here. Right? So you already have your ribbon. So you've got to make sure that it's going to go in inside your wood. And if it's too long, it's not going to stay. It's not going to go all the way through. So you need to cut it down a little bit. And we don't need a lot, but enough to kind of blend this in a little bit. Okay? Let's take this. Just a little bit. And there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. Very happy. Take some little baby ones. Baby daisies, baby daisies. Put it on going into the side to give it that width. Let's trim this up right here. And go inside here. See how it just tucked it right in. Not hard to do. Not at all. We're just filling it up so it kind of all goes together, okay? Let's take this and actually just put it inside right. Make sure there's nothing. So remember, we wrapped it. We wrapped it with 3 ribbons, crisscrossed it, which is absolutely gorgeous, and you can still see your grapevine. And we used an ugly grapevine. Ugly, ugly, ugly grapevine, and made it beautiful. I always say, when I get Walmart grapevines, I'm like, hey, we're going to make a ugly grapevine into a beautiful grapevine. I'm using Walmart, sorry. If I had a Hobby Lobby here, I'd definitely go there and get a nicer grapevine. But you know what? We make ugly into beautiful. So it just shows you how you can be, you know, talented to do something and make it look so beautiful when it's not very pretty. So I'm going to take it. We want to put something right here. So let me trim this down. So I ended up using pretty much all the flowers that I cut. Pretty much. So, and I didn't cut them all, but I am using pretty much everything that I did cut. So, beautiful. And let's see. I'm going to take that and put this right here. Add some more here. And let's see, I'm going to put one more there. This one's too orange. I know I have one more. Yes, I do. A bushel here. There we go. There. Pretty much, we don't have anything to trim on the back, as you notice when I fold it over. We really don't. It all came out so beautiful. And I think I can get one. Let me see if I have enough. One more. I hit the jackpot. There we go. Let's take another baby one. Right. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to teach you how to put the top on here. If you want to thicken this up at the top, absolutely. If you have anything left over, like I have used almost all what we cut. I do have a couple pieces. Right, I do have some. These are not the bright ones. I like the pretty bright ones. There we go. I got some. I got some. Yay! I don't like these. Not with this flower. Not with this design anyways. You'll see there are different colors in your different color sunflowers. And you kind of want to keep them all the same color. I like it bright to match our big one. So, sure. I think I have a bee for that too. So let me, yes, I think I have a bee. A bee. There we go. Let me take this. Oh, I do have another daisy too. I see it. Yay. Awesome. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to just fill this up right here. And then we're going to go ahead and put our little thing on so we can hang it up. Alright. Take daisy. And back here. Let's see. Another sunflower there. Go in sideways. Do not be scared to do that. Alright? And I think that is basically where I want it. Let me get one there. Sideways. There we go. And let me see. Nope. I'll ruin it. Alright, I'm pretty much done. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead. See, I do have a bee. I do. So if you want to get that out. Craft outlet. You get 3 in a little wire. Alright. So it depends on what you want. This is what I have left over. And it's a spray. And there's 3 of these that come on a spray. This is the one I have left over. I think I'm going to actually take it and glue it right there. Hold on. Open this up. I would say I'm done. Do you notice? I'm never done. Here we go. Not quite. I always have to have something extra I put on it. That's just me. Here we go. We actually have a bee. Last one we did all butterflies. This one we're doing with a bee. Alrighty. So let's get our wire and put it on the back. So it actually depends on what you want. You can tie it or you can put the thicker one up. Alright. So if this is going to be heavy, then you're going to want something that's going to actually hold it up. Alright. Everything that you use as far as your grapevine, make sure that you use your aged wire so you don't see any, see anything. It all blends together. Every part of it goes together. Every single part. Alright. This is a thicker one that I put the link up for everybody. If you scroll down my main craft group page, and I also put it on our messenger. Alright, so this is really, it's not hard. Make sure you see where you want to hang it. Alright, there we go. See where I want to hang it. And then I'm going to take this and you're going to tweed it through. Alright. Let me see. Just take it underneath. And I do have to trim. I see some of our, so before I do this, gently. Oh, I got a cramp in my hand. It's horrible. Old age. Older age. My husband's like, you're not that old. I was like, I certainly feel like it. Here we go. So I just take it and trim your little stems. Alright? That's all you do. Trim it. You're not going to have it where you don't see any stems, but you don't want anything to, you know, scrape their door or their wall. So this just eliminates it. Alright, so just trim it off. You're going to take this and you're going to want to see, it's got to be even. So I'm going to take it up here. And I always put it on afterwards. Alright, so it's an afterwards thing. And boy, why is my hands cramping? I got like hand cramps. Like finger cramps. Just, like I said, I'm getting older. There we go. I'll show you this in just a second. I'm tweeting it through the back right now. Because you can't have this, you don't want to put your door hanger on it because you can squish your flowers. Alright, so I always take a grapevine, okay, tweet it through the back, tweet it through, and don't worry, I know it looks like it's not going to go, but it is. I make a little hanger. Make sure that you twist it around. Right, and I'll even take another piece right here. See, there's already one on there. It's not just one. So take another piece if you need to. And twist it around the grapevine that's already there, so it looks like it's part of your grapevine. Right? So always kind of twist it together. And this is going to make it more sturdier, so I got it in kind of like layers. Right? So they can take the door hanger and hang it through the hole that's up here that you're making without going on your flowers and ruining it. Alright, so that's the way I do mine. And I'll probably mess with it to give it a little bit of cleaner appearance, but this is actually what I do. And it looks like it's natural, like it came with it. This is going to hold it up, everybody, so it's not going to scrape up against anything. You can put this on a nail or a door hanger. Alright, and you can make it as small or as big as you want. Like I said, my hands are cramping today for some reason. I think my potassium's low. That's what I think. I had low potassium before, so I think it's actually low. I get leg cramps and hand cramps when it is. Alright, so here we go. So you see how it hangs? It's going to hang. Alright. There you go. Fluff this out. I'm going to go grab something to hold this up so you can see how beautiful this is. Move this off the way. I use a lid off of my storage. Alright, to put my glue on because I don't want it to ruin. And this is how we make an ugly grapevine into a beautiful grapevine. And we did You Are My Sunshine, and we used one of our sunflowers from Craft Outlet instead of two, because I actually have two. I'll give you a nicer look at that. Alright, so I used one. We stayed